If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Michael Kosha. I'm an indie developer trying his best to make games for a living. If you're not new here, then welcome back. Long time no see. Oh, and this video is sponsored by Brilliant. More on that later. So for the past few months, I've been taking a bit of a break from my main project, Swords and Magic and Stuff, because of burnout. And if you haven't heard of Swords and Magic and Stuff, it's a cozy, relatively casual open-world RPG with multiplayer for up to 8 players. There's a huge emphasis on the joy of discovery, with tons of secrets and thousands of items to discover. And if you've never heard of Burnout before, 0 out of 10, do not recommend. Every time I even thought about Swords and Magic, I would just get depressed, frustrated, and eventually I would just get plain angry. I mean, I've been working on the same game for over 7 years now, so it's really no surprise that every now and then I just need a break. Especially since over the years, no matter how careful you are, your code just starts to go from this to something like this. So instead of spending another minute working on Spaghetti Simulator 2025, I took a brief hiatus to start a new project and clear my head a bit. That project is called Seeking Adventure. It's a much simpler, single-player, point-and-click search and find game. It's scheduled to release later this year, hopefully, and you can wishlist it now if it looks like something you're interested in playing. The link's in the description somewhere, probably. But after a few months off, I fell into one of those 2-week modded Minecraft binge sessions. And in one mod pack we were playing, there was a moon phase event that would trigger different effects. And that's all it took to inspire me to get back to work. Swords and Magic is a weird sandbox game and project for me as a developer. It almost feels like I can just add anything, well, within reason, to the game whenever I feel like it, which is probably the only reason I've really been able to keep working on it for so long without completely dropping it. Because of that, adding a moon phases system would simply add an extra layer of interest to adventuring, which is important because that's one of the things that I've always felt like the game was lacking. A lot of players have set routes mapped out to loop around the map where chests can spawn, where specific enemies are, where shops have random rare items, etc. And these routes start to get old after your 50th loop around. Adding more dynamic events like the moon phases will hopefully throw some wrenches in the gears for these players who are sick of the same monotonous content. I started by hooking into our existing time system to roll for a new moon phase each time the sun set. Then I realized that I kind of needed a moon in the sky, which meant diving into our skybox material, and if there's one thing you should know about me, it's that I absolutely hate working on materials. My tiny artist brain cannot comprehend how we turn math into pictures. So while I would love to make a custom moon image, which I did already, I gave up pretty quick on implementing anything other than a simple masked circle for our moon. But at least we have a working moon now. And I bet if I actually worked on sharpening my programming skills by spending like 5 minutes a day using a scientifically proven method crafted by top-notch educators from places like Google or Stanford, then I would probably be able to figure out that custom moon shape, no problem. If only there was a cool learning platform that would help me with that. Oh wait, that's actually the sponsor of this video. If you're looking to sharpen your skills or dive into something new, Brilliant makes it easy and actually enjoyable to learn. Brilliant is an interactive learning platform focused on math, science, programming, data analysis, and AI, built from the ground up to help you learn by doing. Instead of watching videos passively, Brilliant puts you in the driver's seat with hands-on lessons that let you solve real problems and explore concepts as you go. This approach has proven to be significantly more effective than just watching lectures, and it's clear why. The lessons are designed around first principles, helping you build real understanding, not just memorization. And with built-in motivation like daily streaks, competitive leagues, and a seriously satisfying problem-solving flow, it's easy to stick with it. I've been going through the Thinking in Code series, and I've been seeing serious improvements in my understanding. The analogies were simple but smart, and the puzzles walked me through each idea in a way that made sense. What really stood out was a little why button after each problem. It explains the reasoning behind each solution, which is the kind of clarity I wish I had when I was back in school. Curious, I jumped ahead to some of the Python-based lessons. Even though I usually stick to blueprints, I was surprised by how approachable it all felt. You don't even have to write any code yourself, and I found myself breezing through lessons on my phone from the couch. That kind of flexibility honestly makes all the difference for me. If you're ready to learn faster and build real confidence in subjects like algorithms, machine learning, or core programming concepts, check out brilliant.org/michaelkosha. Signing up with my link gets you a 30-day free trial and 20% off an annual premium membership. Thank you so much, Brilliant, for sponsoring this video. Oh, look, you're back. Where was I? So during a live stream where I worked on the moon phases, we brainstormed what kinds of moons made sense in Swords of Magic. We landed on a harvest moon, which sped up the growth rate of all our crops. a moonless night which made it much darker and pretty difficult to navigate at night, which led me to making a new craftable torch for early game. And finally, a Crimson Moon. This one definitely adds the most gameplay changes. Not only does it spawn a bunch of Crimson Moon skeletons randomly around the world, but it also spawns in a new unique merchant in the main town in the game. This was a bit of feature creep, but this is the kind of stuff that our players love about the game, so I'm always up for adding cool stuff like this. The Crimson Moon merchant sells weapon blueprints along with some cosmetics, so you can rep the Crimson Moon yourself. He also shoots off some lore about the Crimson Moon and some ancient spirits, yada yada yada. It's kinda cool, I guess. So with the moon phases in, my mind started wandering to what else would make this world feel more dynamic and interesting when you're wandering around, and then it hit me. We still don't have a weather system in. Okay, so now that the weather system is in, how do we make it stop raining indoors? Oh. Okay, so how do we make it so everyone gets a wet status effect and then lightning attacks do more damage to everyone during the rain? Oh. Okay, now how do we make a big storm system with some lightning? That was easy. And how about we make a storm atronach when lightning randomly strikes somewhere, which drops some elemental items, then you can craft epic new lightning themed weapons and items from it? Oh. Okay, well, what if we just did a rainbow after the storm? Oh, okay, cool. It was at that moment I remembered that our last major update that introduced a new zone to the game called Delver's Pass still wasn't finished. Delver's Pass is a mountainous forest biome that introduces a new race of people called the Rivari, and an angry fire spirit who's spawning equally angry fire sprites that are wreaking havoc around the zone. I ran out of time resolving the main storyline thanks to a major story event that I wanted to add, so I spent the next couple weeks finally chipping away at that. This main storyline has a big branching choice you have to make, which I'm actually pretty excited about, so I had to make a bunch of rewards for both sides of the branch to make sure it felt pretty equal, even if one side is clearly the right choice. The update was finally nearly finished, and I really love seeing my games enjoyed by streamers and YouTubers, so I reached out to two of my favorites to see if they wanted a sneak peek at the update. I sent over a build to both CM Simpson on YouTube and this person on Twitch.
Is that a rainbow? I missed the rainbow? No! No! Oh no, it was all because I just wanted to see the rainbow.
But then we ran into a sly snag. When Delver's Pass first launched, players were able to complete the first leg of the storyline quest as a bit of a teaser, but I had since changed that quest around a bit. But since Pearl had already completed it, well, everything was broken. On the fly, I jumped in and put in a quick fix to get her past that point and to the right part of the quest. Then I pushed the update right away, and she updated her game while still alive. And thanks to my expert coding skills and quick thinking, the fix didn't work at all. Turns out running on 5 hours of sleep because you're crunching for an update before your favorite streamer plays it isn't exactly the best headspace to be in for fixing bugs. And especially ones that hinge on logic and reasoning and multiple complicated steps, events, and conditions. So I took the night off and started again bright and early next day and finally realized the error of my ways. In the process of fixing that bug, I did uncover yet another major looming threat for the existence of swords and magic. Turns out that our quest system, bless its heart, is not exactly the most stable of systems. We seem to be doing a whole bunch of looping through hundreds of quests every single time we open our quest journal, which, when I loaded in real players' save games into the editor, quite often results in an infinite loop error. Silly Unreal Engine, it's not infinite, it's just thousands of times per frame. For a lot of frames. Luckily, this issue isn't showing up in a packaged game since there's a lot less overhead, but that probably isn't going to last forever, which means that if I want the game to keep running smooth, that's just one more system that I'm going to have to rework. But that's a problem for future Michael, and that guy has way more time and money than I do. I'm sure of it. Anyway, I probably should have stopped there with this update, but I'm kind of known for cramming in way too much stuff and not having time to polish or fix all the bugs that inevitably pop up when you add those new things to your game. So I added a new NPC that hints at a new secret mount. Oh, and then I added a new secret mount. I added some Steam achievements, fixed a bunch of random bugs here and there, added a new camera offset slider in the menu that makes aiming easier with staves and wands. And then I made a cool new glider last minute that might be a bit too extra, but I got the community approval, so it's going in. And I don't care what you say. But if you actually do have feedback on it, then I do read the comments, so you should leave one about what you think of the glider. And you should also comment on what other feature creep you want me to add to this game, and I'll probably add it. So yeah, not too much, only 52 new items, several new outfits, 2 new mounts, 3 new NPCs, and, some more stuff. I don't know, not too crazy. And now I think I'm ready for another break before I jump into working on skill trees again. Or maybe the final zone of the game, who knows? So if you like the look of this update, you can actually play it right now as it's already live on Steam and it's on sale for 50% off, so you should check it out for the summer sale. And thank you again, Brilliant, for sponsoring this video and helping to keep this game alive. Oh yeah, and please like my video and subscribe to my channel so I don't have to join the circus. Okay, bye.